Hello, everyone. Welcome to First Love Yourself show. I am Maggie.
And I'm Wayne.
We are here as a couple to share with you first love. As the title explains, we want to continue to research on how to love ourselves first. And we picked this title because it has helped us shape our own lives, especially myself. And not only get to shape my life, it also helps me develop deeper love. I'm able to love others more.
Well, let's be clear about something. Self love is not selfishness, it's not arrogance, it's not forgetting where you come from. Self love is a must, it's something you must do in order for anything in your life to change.
And if I may add, self love is not forgetting everyone else and but just yourself. That's not what it is at all.
Throughout my life, I know for me, it was a point in my life where I didn't love myself. And a lot of people think that they love themselves, but in order to say that you love yourself, you first got to understand what love is.
Exactly.
Love is not an emotion, love is an action. And the reason I could say it was a point in my life where I didn't love myself because of the things that I was doing to myself, putting myself in situations to be incarcerated, putting myself in situations to be shot, putting myself in situations where I didn't value my life. How can you possibly say that you love yourself when you're putting yourself in danger? That's not love. Love is an action. Love is not something that you feel. Love is something that you demonstrate. I can't say that I love you if I go out and cheat on you. That's not love. That's not love. And most of the time we get love confused with lust and attraction. They're two separate things.
Wow, you couldn't have said it any better. I myself can remember time where I did not really love myself. First of all, I didn't know how to love myself. I did not know that I could love myself. And all I knew is just looking for love. I was told like when you become as I was becoming a teenager, growing up, that I am going to find somebody and I'm gonna fall in love and I'm gonna be married happily ever after. It was until later I was already married on before I even find out what was love. It's only later when things were happening in my life, then I was why? And I started searching and trying to understand things. Then I discovered self love. It is then I realized I used to do things for other people based on other people's judgment. I used to dress based on other to please other people. I was really never myself. You see, I had gone through maybe a couple decades of my life, over 2 decades of my life, before I realized that I had to love myself. Not only that, I had to learn what is self love. Like you just said, it's not an emotion. It's learning how to find yourself. You need to learn how to love your first. Now, for instance, I have an example. If I can't stand to spend 30 minutes with myself, how can I expect somebody else to spend times with me? If I can't stand myself for 30 minutes, right? How can I expect somebody else to spend time around me, right? like you said, you were putting yourself in position where you were causing yourself harm. But when you learn to love yourself, you're gonna give yourself the best. Man, it is such a revelation.
I think when you deal with that word love,
Hmm.
that's just, you have to go beyond just the word and really learn what's behind it. And you
Exactly.
have to scratch this. Love is just scratching the surface, but it's deeper than that
Mhm.
because you can't give somebody something that you don't know. If you
Exactly.
don't know what love is, how are you giving somebody love? The first thing you have to do, the road to finding love, is the first thing you have to do is
So,
dig within the soul
yes,
because the soul is the essence of who you are.
it is.
And before you can give anybody anything else, you first have to accept who you are and
That's
love
why.
yourself unconditionally before you can give anybody else anything else. You're not going to get a relationship. You're not going to get a friendship. You're not going to be a good parent. You're not going to be a good grandparent. You can't do any of that without self love.
It is true.
Because, for one, if you say that you love yourself, right? I don't knock what anybody do, right? You're constantly putting poison into your body. You constantly doing things that you know affecting your health. See, one thing I learned through my journey,
Hmm.
right, is we promote how much we love ourselves, right?
Yeah.
But deep down inside, right, I call it unconditioned love. I love myself with conditions.
Yeah.
As long as I
Yeah.
can go out and I can party, I love myself. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
People like to love themselves with conditions.
Yes.
With conditions. Because if you truly love yourself, we wouldn't do the things that we do to ourselves. And you can't give love if you don't understand what love is.
Yes.
It's not a feeling.
Hmm.
It's not a feeling. Yes, you're my wife. You make me feel good. That's a feeling.
Yes.
But I love you. Love to me is wanting for you what I want for myself.
Here, that's why we say self love is not selfish. How can you say you love someone and you okay with seeing them suffer?
Mhm.
To me, that is not love. How can you say you love yourself and you put yourself in position to suffer?
Mhm.
Like people tend to say, "Why are you always laughing? You always giggly." Do you know why? It's because I'm not perfect, but I put myself in position where I don't dwell into a situation where I feel most sad, where I feel it's heavy inside. Because tell me, when you're angry, when you're mad, right? What do you feel? How does your inside feel? Me, I don't know about you, but that doesn't feel good with me. So even though I'm human, I may still get mad. I may still get upset, but I'm not gonna dwell. I'm gonna find the quickest way possible to get out of it because it doesn't feel good inside.
Right.
If I love myself, why would I do something or to put myself in harm's way? Why would I go out there? For a quick example, I'm driving. I know supposed to. I'm not to speed so much where I put myself or other people in danger. Right? I know I'm supposed to have a driver's license to be out there. That's the law. Even though that it doesn't determine whether you can drive or not, like some people would like to say. However, the law says you have to have a driver's license. And if you're caught without it, you can put yourself in some way. So because I love myself, I don't put myself in that
Right.
position,
Right.
you know? And that's why I always say if you can really dig and find and love yourself, You don't need anybody to judge you, right? And it really opens doors for you to have better relationships with just about anybody. Your children, your friends, your family, your loved one. Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Because I
absolutely.
love my baby, right?
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna do something to cause you harm because when you don't feel good, I don't feel good.
Right.
And I don't want to have that feeling because I want to feel good.
Right.
I want to put myself in a state where it is healthy. So that's why I think that is the first place and to start before we even go out there and look for love.
I always tell people now, when you use that word with love with me, you better be sure.
Yes.
You definitely better be sure. See, because I tell them, if hurting me don't hurt you, then don't tell me you love me.
No.
Don't tell me you love me because it's not a feeling, it's an action.
Yeah.
That's why you have people who say they love you that'll sleep with your wife. That's why you have people that say they love you that'll kill you. That's why you have people who say that they love you will turn around and rob you for everything.
Yeah. And that's
Because they don't understand that love is not an emotion. Love is an action. It's an action. And love is the foundation for any and everything that you're trying to build. Chaos and love can't stay in the same house.
Nope.
It's not going to work. So if you got a whole lot of internal chaos going on, you got to first get that love inside of you first.
Yes.
Because see, you'll understand eventually that your insides help you to deal with your outsides. Your outsides don't help you to deal with your insides.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
Some may ask,
Mhm.
how do you love yourself? Because sometimes you don't know where to start. And I
That's a
can
fact.
give you an example, right? Have you ever seen people, no matter what, you see them, they look good, in my eyes or in your eyes, they look good, but they always find something wrong with themselves. Those people who always find something wrong with themselves. Like they say, we are our worst critics.
Mhm.
There was a point in my life I had to learn. Self love is to learn how to accept who you are. And when I didn't know how to do it, I started by somewhere simple. Every day I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror and I start saying, "I love you, Maggie. I love you." At first, for a while, it was weird, and then every day, and I said it with a little more confidence, and then I end up saying it more, and I'm feeling better. I'm like, yeah. Until I was comfortable. I used to have a lot of, I'm not a lot of other stuff, weaves and stuff like that. And I have nothing against anybody who wears them. That's fine. That's how you define beauty. I couldn't, that's fine. But myself, I had to come to a point I said, I need to love me for who I am. And at first, I believed that my hair had to be straight. I had to have weave. I had to have all these exterior accessories to feel beautiful. But when I began to love myself, I began to accept, and I start feeling beautiful just the way I am. And before you know it, I was like, yeah, I'm still pretty without all these things. But there was a time, if I didn't have them, I did not feel beautiful. So the freedom self love gives me, that's why I wanna share it with others. By the way, we have a disclaimer. This channel, let's just tell them, baby, this channel First love yourself is not is only here for inspirational and educational purposes. We are not licensed therapists,
No,
okay? None of this is meant to cure any mental health or anything like that. So we just wanted to put that out there.
we just basically giving our experience, strengths, and hopes, and as a universe, we can elevate together.
Yeah.
But getting back on the topic, what I said before, the first thing you have to do is you have to be okay with who you are.
Mm-hmm.
You have to accept you for who you are.
Yeah.
If you're the type of person who always finding something wrong with you, you don't love yourself, you just tolerate yourself. There's a big difference. And it shows in your actions.
Mm-hmm.
When I say you have to fully accept who you are, you have to love yourself unconditionally.
That's right.
If you don't love yourself unconditionally, you can't love somebody else unconditionally. That's why people now love with conditions because they don't love themselves unconditionally.
Yes.
You can't give somebody something that you don't have yourself.
That is true. That is true.
It doesn't work that way.
That is true.
You know, love is a powerful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a powerful thing, and it, love can be beautiful, and love can be bad according to how you look at it, right? Because you can love somebody so much that you lose yourself. That's what I mean about love being bad.
And you know something? If I may add something, and self love can keep you from loving somebody to the point that you lose yourself. I don't know. You may contradict me, but what I know, if you love yourself, if you really have self love, you should not you should love yourself more than anything else, more than anybody else. First, you love yourself first, and then I shall give you an example why I say that.
Mm-hmm.
I love you,
Mm-hmm.
but let's say, God forbid, you decide to do something that I know that is really against the law, that can get you in trouble, right? And it can also get me in trouble as well, where it will make me uncomfortable. And I don't want to be uncomfortable. And I love you, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. So that's why, I think, if you have self love, you're gonna be able to withhold yourself from losing, from losing yourself, right? Because that love that you have for yourself, it guides you. It helps you to do things right. It helps preserve you. It helps you put yourself in a state where you are not only safe, but you comfortable or beyond comfortable.
That's why, and then I'm gonna leave you guys. We're gonna leave you guys with this. I made a video today.
Mm-hmm.
In my video, I basically said what we as people need to understand, that a person who loves themselves unconditionally
Mm-hmm.
don't need you, they choose you. And I'm going to say that again. A person who loves themselves unconditionally don't need you, they choose you. We're going to be sitting and building every chance we get.
That's right.
So hit the like and subscribe button, and let's take this journey together. Because it's bigger than just love. But we're going to get deeper into that.
And I can't wait till we have an audience where you are able to comment and offer a suggestion, and all that. All that is welcome. And I like to let you know that this channel, there's no judgment. You can use a nickname. We don't even need to know who you are. You can speak freely. And because we all here, the goal is to grow together so we can be better parents, better wives, better husbands, better friends.
Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Until next time, peace.